Hello, welcome back to my channel. Ever since I've got this deck, I wanted to make a video about it because I've just like sort of discussing all the other things that have come up around this for me. So this is the Ancient Ritual Postures Oracle cards for ritual, healing, divination, metamorphosis, and spirit journeys. And it's by Belinda Gore. This is the box. I'm not that kind of thing. I don't want to do that. Okay, so it's like a weird freaking box. So these are the cards. There's, I just want to talk about the cards because that's probably like of interest to people. But what I really want to talk about is like other things. Okay, so Belinda Gore is cool. She's the, student of this person named Dr. Felicitas Goodman, and Felicitas Goodman is an anthropologist, and she's no longer alive. I have her book here as well. I'm jumping ahead. I said I was going to talk about okay, I'm gonna stop and just do this part like I said I would. Okay, so these cards, there's two ritual cards. They're the bookends, Belinda Gore calls them. It's Calling the Spirits and the Singing Shaman. And so these cards have the names of the section and then a mandala on the back. And she says that you can use... She has like ideas of ways that you can use them, the cards, and I guess I'll just do such a great job at my first time doing something like this. Okay, get those out of the way. And I'll flip these over so you can see the ritual ones. The ritual ones. And what does she say about... Some ways to engage. Use the mandalas in the back of each card to help you center and focus your attention. So there's the ritual ones. There's 10 of each sort of suit. So there's 10 initiation cards. There's 10 spirit journey. That's what those look like. Metamorphosis, divination, and healing. The cat's coming. She gonna turn? She's turning? I'm not sure. Okay, so you can use the mandalas in the back of each card to help you center and focus your attention. She says more. Okay, you might then choose to explore each suit in depth. The suits, again, are healing, divination, metamorphosis, spirit journeys, and initiation. And there's also the ritual, the two ritual cards. You may want to do a full ritual with each card in the suit using the guidelines on page 12, which is very cool. And since there are 52 cards, you can simply draw one card a week and use that posture as a focus for meditation, reflecting on the poetry, or completing a ritual experience. The cards can also be used as oracle cards. If you have a question or concern, sit quietly and without distraction. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So... Then she has questions in the book for each of the suits. So if you're in the ritual, she has, ask yourself these questions when you're doing it. Okay, so the idea is that they came across these statues or visuals in some way. And another deck that the Shaman something Oracle, I don't have it, but I will. And this made me think of that as well. So what you do is you do the posture. I'm just going to keep these together. These are the healing ones. So in her book, her other book, right here, my goodness, The Ecstatic Experience Healing Postures for Spirit Journeys, I got this used, and the CD of trance rhythms included is still here. Hell yeah. Got my little Walkman. So, okay, this is all over the place. My apologies. I just don't know how to like organize this. I just want to talk about it and not like do this little flip through. So there's all these different postures and like little statues and stuff, and the cards are really cool. So what you do is you do the posture and enter a trance state. And what I want to talk about is, does anyone do this? And what is your experience, if you don't mind sharing? So I've been working with these cards and reading her other book and the Felicitas Goodman book. Oh, yes. This is very like the lion. Is it lion pose in yoga? See, if I knew how to edit, I'd insert a little photo of it. There's also something cool in her book with one of the postures, which are different postures than these ones, actually. There was one where someone had their mouth open, and when they were doing the posture, they were like, oh, this isn't working. And they're like, oh, the person's mouth is open. Maybe we should make some sort of tone. So then they made a sound during the posture and were able to enter a trance state. So just generally, I think these cards are really cool. I'll also link to her YouTube. She has a YouTube channel and has made a few videos and can obviously explain it like I cannot, you know? But it's just something that I've been really, like, just reading and really into right now. So in her book, in the guidebook for the posture cards, let's see. The Bear Spirit, there's like a poem, and then these little word things. So maybe this is like, if you were using it as an oracle, these would be the things that you might search for. And then there's a description of the posture, and each one is like that. So this is a healing one. It's the Bear Spirit. Healing means to be made whole. Pay attention to what is out of balance in your body and your life. Nature provides plants and minerals to restore balance for every physical condition. Seek wise counsel on what your body needs. Learn to surrender to the forces of healing in your life and ask for help. This is actually a card that I'm working with now. And something I do want to mention, so sometimes when I'm making videos, I'll say like, I don't want to get into that, or something like that. And I think in a previous video I have mentioned that I'm quite private, especially about stuff like this. So if it's years from now or some time from when I've been using them, I wouldn't have a problem sharing. But if I'm currently doing something, I'm not gonna like get into it or talk about it because it's in progress, or I don't know, I just like don't want to mess with like the energy surrounding that, if that makes sense. And then I wanted to show a divination posture, since, you know, that's something that we're all interested in. And so some of the things for this one is the mirror you look into distorted by your ego and mind? What doorway is right in front of you? Step through it. There are jewels in the mud. Take your time to find them. If you are in the midst of a storm, engage with the lightning to find new clarity and freedom. It's just so cool. And so they have like a space that Felicitas Goodman founded in New Mexico when she retired from being a professor, teacher, etc. And it's like people who get together and they like find these things and they just hang out and do these things together. And this book, this part where it shows the postures, it's stories of where they discovered the posture, and then people in the group, like their experiences with it, and then again a description of the posture. It's really cool. And so I do want to like say some things about like my personal experience with like ritual postures in a way. So this made me think a lot about like yoga and mudras, modern mudras, which I would insert pictures of in, if I knew how. Maybe I do at this point. You'll know because you'll see it. But I'm thinking of like the two fingers at the upper arm on the inner side, which was like a modern mudra that I think meant that someone was like cold-blooded, you know? Or I'm thinking of like the dab, you know, like just things that come up in culture. And thinking a lot about like, especially in yoga, like Kundalini yoga. So I used to do Kundalini yoga when I started having panic attacks in, I don't, just a long time from now, past. And there was this one posture that I will, I guess, try to describe. I wrote it down. And so some of these remind me of, you know, like a yoga pose, like I've said before, this one. But anyway, the posture that I did, and I did this every day for quite some time. And the first time I did it was at a Kundalini Gong meditation a few days after I started having really bad panic attacks. And so the posture is you sit in easy pose, which is like this, just your legs crossed. Your back would be more erect than this. It would be straight. And that's another posture, like in, you know, Buddhist meditation, you sit potentially with your hips elevated for comfort, but you're like an antenna and you're sitting up straight. So another ritual posture. So in this Kundalini posture, you sit in easy pose with a light neck lock. So that's a bandha in yoga. And I can't really explain what that is. It would be like holding a slight tension there in a way. Like it's easier to explain the locks in different parts of the body. I guess the throat lock might be like, I'm trying to explain it. If you do Ujjayi pranayama, I'll try to like insert some links about that. So you would focus, so your focus point is your eyes are closed, your eyelids, and then your eyes are focused on your third eye. So your third eye point between your eyes on your forehead. And so that would be called a dristi in yoga. It's in every pose also in yoga, there's a dristi that goes along with it. And usually in some cases a bandha, but those are things that one might get into later on. So third eye is your dristi. Your breath is you're inhaling deeply by sucking air through your closed teeth. So your mouth is open, but your teeth are closed, and you're inhaling through your teeth slowly, deeply, and then you're exhaling through your nose, and your jaw is relaxed. So the mudra that you're doing for this pose is this. Your fingers are like this, and then your arms are straight out to the side. I paused like you could see me. And I think that some people call that like Christ mudra, but I haven't seen that in a lot of places. So you use your thumbs to lock down the pinky and ring fingers and extend the index and middle fingers with your palms facing forward and your fingers pointed out to the side. So you do this for 3 to 11 minutes, holding that. And let me say, holding your arms up like that for a long time is hard. And that's what it makes me think about with these, like, how long could you realistically hold this posture for? You know, so like that just feels like an aspect of it. You know, you're getting your body involved and you're going to a different place. You're going to a different place. Getting your body involved. Sorry about the dog. And then to end this the particular one, you inhale deeply and you hold your breath for 10 to 20 seconds. And then you exhale and you repeat that 2 more times. And then you relax. And so the reason I picked this one specifically to discuss is because after doing this for several days even, I had what I would call the opposite of a panic attack. I was extremely elated. Oh my gosh. I didn't even tell you what this one's for. It's for releasing childhood anger. Silly. Okay. So after I had done it for several days, I had the opposite of a panic attack. I was extremely elated. I was so happy. it was bizarre. I could see things more clearly. I lived in the city, and I went to like a busy street. It was nighttime, and I went to this place, and I found, like, I was dumpster diving, and I found like a big bucket of like frosting and a bunch of bread, and I was like, yes. And I didn't eat bread at the time, but my roommates did at the time. And I just had so much fun. I was just like romping around, and like it was amazing. Then one wonders why I stopped doing it. I literally don't know. I just, I struggle with consistency. But I wanted to share that experience with like a ritual posture, and I'm sort of curious about other ways in which people, if they also do this. I have other stuff too. So this is another, this is a Kundalini yoga meditation handbook for mental health. So I had a friend and some of their friends were staying in my yard for a little bit. And the one person was a Kundalini teacher. And we geeked out about Kundalini yoga. And so this is another sort of, similar thing. And then I have, more, I have, my goodness, I have like, I don't know, like 25 books of yoga, like different varieties. I love yoga, and I did a lot of yoga. So this is another book I have. It's Mudras for Healing and Transformation. So this book was a book that someone who taught this Yin Yoga Nidra yoga class that I used to love to go to in the city I used to live in. She's super cool. She would always incorporate mudras from this book. In her classes. And then I was desking at a yoga studio, and the yoga teacher that I was desking for gave me this book. And I actually already had a copy that I had ordered at that time of this book, and then I gave that copy to my friend. But it's really cool. So it has like core qualities, things that it's helpful for, mudras with similar effects, cautions, instructions, the koshas, which are the energy bodies. Anyway, and a guided meditation as well. This book is so cool. So one of the things that I also would do them and then take notes about my experiences on some Post-its in there. So one of the things that I did for a really long time was the Mangalacharan mantra from Kundalini Yoga. It's Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Siri Guru Dire Name. And there's a really funny video of like Peppermint Butler doing it when he's astral projecting or something. And I was like geeked out and got into like a whole little internet hole about how one of the creators of Adventure Time actually used to do tons of Kundalini yoga. And I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. He said he had to stop doing it because one time he turned into a caterpillar, and he was like, I can't be a caterpillar. I live in real life, So I used to do a protection. I should have marked it. I didn't think I would talk about it so specifically. So I used to do a protection mudra from this book along with that mantra before I would do certain things as a way to like protect. Oh wow, sorry, I was just reading this like little passage thing that I wrote for this Muridanda mudra, gesture of the spine, aligned with the central axis of my being. I live with complete integrity. And then it has some Hindu mythology, which is really cool. Wow. So I guess I would just write, that one is particularly, I said I did it, and then I read one, and it's Very intense. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find the mudra, but it was hands crossed like this, and then your hands up on your chest. If I can, I'll insert a picture. Yeah, so I think that this is really, really cool. And I've been using it. I'm using the bear spirit man right now. And I will update, I guess, about how things go as long as a certain amount of time has passed. And I'm curious about other people's experiences with ritual postures in general, whether it's, you know, mudras, modern mudras, yoga, just meditation, things like that. I think this is really interesting. And I really want to get my hands on that one shaman oracle. It's like $17 on Amazon. I should just get it because it has all of these like cave paintings and these images that are sort of similar to this. And I think it would be, you know, it would be cool to like to see if, you know, by mimicking these postures in that deck too, if that would be. But I'm busy with this one, you know. But that's just, if you have that one, maybe try it. Let me know if, I want to do this one. Whoa. You know? But yeah, if you have that deck and you see this and you decide to try it, let me know. If you have any statues in your house, see what happens if you become that statue. You know, a little Sheila Nagig, maybe. Yeah, let me know. Oh, so cool. So I'll keep you updated about that. And again, this is the Ancient Ritual Postures Oracle cards by Belinda Gore, and I'll link her website and her YouTube channel and stuff like that below. It's interesting stuff. Okay, cool. All right. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to hear about your ritual postures. Okay, thanks, bye.